What's up, y'all? It's Ty in this video. Today, we're going to be going over talking about each and every one of the new Bracket Busters cards that we do know are coming tomorrow in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM, headlined by 100 overall Chris Webber, which, I mean, Chris Webber, okay. I feel like Chris Webber has had a pretty rough go around in the past, but Chris Webber, I mean, whatever. We also do see, Dark Matter D-Rob, Adam Morrison, as well as Lonzo Ball. And the tweet reads, bracket season is upon us. The Bracket Busters pack drops tomorrow on MyTEAM, bringing legendary stars who shined when it mattered most. Okay, so it doesn't say, some people are commenting about an event. It doesn't say anything about an event. Not saying that there's not going to be one. I'm just saying it doesn't say anything about an event. But it, as far as who we're getting, I don't know about it. And I'll talk about it. I feel like Chris Webber's going to have a change release. I love D-Rob's card, and I feel like his release on Very Quick is obviously going to be solid. As far as Adam Morrison, I mean, I don't know. Am I hating by not loving Adam Morrison? I feel like his release on Very Quick could be really good. He's just, going to probably lack something defensively. The card I'm most excited about, as far as cards that are coming tomorrow, is the Dark Matter Lonzo Ball. And you guys can say I'm trolling, say what you want, but I'm telling you, I think Lonzo Ball is going to be the card that is the exciting card tomorrow when it comes down to these Bracket Busters cards. Now, again, 100 overall Chris Webber, I just think it's tough to get that excited about. Now, again, he does have that small forward eligibility, which is going to be really nice, especially with his size. Should be pretty versatile at that small forward position. I'm just trying to look at this drop coming tomorrow and see what do the Galaxy Opals look like? What do the Pink Diamonds look like? What are the cards that are actually going to be affordable tomorrow going to ultimately look like tomorrow? I do think, with David Robinson and Lonzo Ball, those are two guys that I personally am going to like. I'm not saying everybody's going to necessarily like them, but I've been running the Galaxy Opal with David Robinson for the last, a long time on this game. The last couple of months, he has been a guy that I absolutely do run. So I'm obviously excited about him. Lonzo Ball, a 6'6" point guard, going to be incredibly great on that defensive side of the ball, is going to be really, really solid as well. And so I do think there are some solid guys that you guys are going to be able to add to your squad. It just comes down to, do the pros outweigh the cons in this drop? And again, I don't mind it. I would really like to see an event with this Bracket Busters drop as well. I know last year, we did get some free content, I do believe, with it. Now, again, I would love to see some sort of exchange with this Bracket Busters event. I'm just not expecting it. Maybe it's just me hating, but I'm not necessarily expecting an event just because the last couple of weeks in my team has just been pretty dry. And I'm not hating on the game. That's not my goal here. But I'm just saying, for me to expect an event when the game has been what it's been in the last couple of weeks, I just don't think that would be fair to do. So hopefully we see something with this drop. But again, that's kind of my expectation. I also feel like Chris Webber as a headliner isn't super exciting. I actually like the Dark Matters in this way more than I like the 100 overall Chris Webber. Chris Webber is going to be what he is. He's fine. But I'm just saying I like the 100 overalls, or I like the Dark Matters way more than that 100 overall Chris Webber, who obviously if they change that release, which I think they are probably going to, he is probably going to be that best small forward in the game. With that change release, I just have a hard time seeing, him ultimately be worth the price he probably ultimately is going to be. Adam Morrison probably going to be one of those best small forwards in the game. And then when you're looking at a Dark Matter Lonzo Ball, I'm telling you, Lonzo is going to be special pending that release because defensively, the card is going to be off the charts good. So I don't necessarily think that this drop is anything crazy. I do hope we do see an event with it. I do hope, they do make all the Dark Matters with very quick releases, which honestly we have been seeing six change releases, so I would kind of expect it. But as far as 100 overall Chris Webber, is it bad of me to say it's a letdown? Because I honestly think it's a little bit, and again, I'm not saying it's horrible, but I just think to myself it is a little bit of a letdown in my opinion, to get these forward cards that we do know are coming tomorrow. And it really comes with the Chris Webber, right? The Chris Webber, I just think, as far as 100 overalls, we've seen Luka, we've seen Kristaps, we've seen Shaq, we've seen MJ. And now we see Chris Webber. I get the March Madness theme. I get that with Chris Webber. But I'm just saying, as far as the card that we're getting, I don't know, man. I mean, timeout Chris Webber, I get it, but it's like, come on, man. Like, I feel like if we do get an event with this March Madness theme, could be kind of cool. Like, imagine if we got like a lot of free cards, let's say like a Tyler Hansbrough, cards like that with the March Madness theme, I think would be, or a Bracket Busters theme, I should say, would be really cool to be added into the game. But again, you never know with 2K. I don't necessarily expect it. However, I think it would be a really fun and really solid addition to the game. So that's kind of what we know is coming tomorrow. Again, am I super stoked about it? I think it's objectively a fine drop. I just don't think it's anything to be like, wow, fascinated for. Or yeah, let's open hundreds of dollars in packs for these cards and Chris Webber. And again, I think actually 2K will make Chris Webber good. So I'm not hating on Chris Webber entirely. I just think as far as like a big name card, he's not really it. And he's not really a card that's going to get the community excited anyways. And again, the Dark Matters here are fine. But like, even for a card art, like we couldn't get the Bracket Busters theme, like a Lonzo Ball and a UCLA jersey. Like, can we not at least get that? Is that asking for too much? I don't know. I just feel like the potential for this type of a drop was way more than what's actually, or what we're actually getting. And I don't like that part of it. So again, maybe it's just a me thing. Maybe I've got to figure it out. But that's kind of my thoughts for this drop. As far as cards, I think D-Rob's going to be one of the best power forward centers in the entire game, especially the power forward position. I think Kareem's obviously going to be slightly better. They do think it's going to be close, though. Adam Morrison in the small forward position might be offensively up there with like Michael Beasley at that small forward position, depending on what SIGs they give him. And Lonzo Ball is going to be up there at the point guard position. I expect him to probably be a top 5 or so point guard in the game as long as they do make the card right. So again, I'm not saying the cards that we're getting tomorrow are bad. I'm more so saying like they could have done better, you know, like it still could have been better. They could have announced, you know, a grind event, something more with this drop coming tomorrow. So I guess that's where I'm at. Am I complaining too much? Maybe, right? At the end of the day, maybe it's a me thing. Maybe I've got to figure it out myself. But with the cards we do know that are coming tomorrow, I think D-Rob's going to be elite. I think Lonzo is going to be elite. I think Adam Morrison is going to be okay. And I actually think Chris Webber is going to be the best small forward in the game. I don't think people are going to be super hype about a Chris Webber card coming tomorrow. He's not the biggest name, like I know Bron wouldn't fit here, but like a LeBron James, like a Kevin Durant. He's not that type of a big name card. And so, yeah, I think Chris Webber's fine. But like, is he, like, even thinking from 2K's perspective, is he really the card that's going to, you know, boost pack sales a crazy amount? I don't know. That's just me thinking from like 2K's perspective. But after seeing MJ, after seeing Luke, after seeing Shaq, all these big names, Chris Webber, I don't know. Maybe it's a me thing, but I just have a hard time seeing him just sell a ridiculous amount of packs. Now, again, if they give Chris Webber the best jump shot in the game and change all of his SIGs and he gets gassed in the community, then that'll be fine. But I'm just saying, he's going to need all of those things because as far as a big name player, I feel like Chris Webber is not necessarily that. So that's just kind of my thoughts on this entire drop. I think it's fine, but I do think I do think it's important to note like the pink diamonds, the Galaxy Opals, all the way down to the amethyst that we get tomorrow is just as important as the 100 overall. And it's also important if we do get, you know, a grind with it. Are we going to get a Bracket Busters spotlight grind with this? Are we going to get anything to actually play the game for? Because right now, I mean, what are you loading up playing the game for? Showdown, domination, breakout? Like, you guys can let me know down below in the comments. If you are playing the game on a consistent basis, what game mode are you playing? Because like for me, I just don't know what is necessarily worth playing right now in this game. And we are desperately needing some type of a grind. And a Bracket Busters grind to me would be a massive W for the MyTEAM community. So I'm hoping to see some pink diamonds like a Tyler Hansbrough, you know, some cards that obviously were incredible in college. And I think Chris Webber's fine, but like just him being the 100 overall, I just don't know. Is that really doing it for 2K's pack sales? You guys can let me know your thoughts. Also, let me know in this bracket busters kind of theme, whether it's, you know, cards coming in this drop, whether it's cards we could get in the grind, who are some cards that you guys are wanting to see in this type of a bracket busters theme? Let me know all of that down below in the comments. Really do appreciate all the support. As always, you guys are absolutely amazing. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. And have a blessed day.